Where is the next NVIDIA coming from? Now there's a good question for the financially minded, because NVIDIA is currently worth about $4.5 trillion. It is the highest valued company on our planet today. And the reason for that, of course, is that it happens to make computer chips that are a little bit better suited to running artificial intelligence than older traditional types of computer chips. That's it. That's the only reason it's valued so highly today. Which brings us to where I'm standing today, and at least part of the answer to that question, where the next one is coming from. So I'm here at the Institute for Neuroinformatics in Switzerland. It's got the involvement of both the University of Zurich and the Federal Institute of Technology. And in those buildings behind me are a bunch of amazing scientists from different disciplines, from biology and medicine on that side of things, from computer science, and also from engineering. So they're actually combining their research as they look into the workings of the brain and the central nervous system and how our neurons work, with their research into how to do better computer science and artificial intelligence. In other words, how we do better artificial neurons, if you like. Now, I've been hanging around these places for a while now, and people who know me know I've been banging on about it for a few years. But fundamentally, if we look at this extraordinary thing called artificial intelligence, a huge chunk of the future growth potential lies in doing better hardware underneath it. And the way we're doing better hardware is by making it more neural-like, more bioanalogous, a little bit closer to the way it works with nature. In fact, I look at the entire journey of artificial intelligence from beginning to end as a journey of making small improvements to the underlying architecture, making it a little bit more like the way neurons work in nature. So this is just one of maybe 30 places around the world that are leading the charge to do the science that will end up in the engineering for the next generation of computer chips in artificial intelligence. So definitely the next NVIDIA is coming out of places like these. Why does it matter? Why do we have to do a better version? Well, I think people watching this from an industry point of view already know that part of the answer is AI chips today use prodigious quantities of electricity. So when we make things a little more neural-like, we actually use far less energy to accomplish the same tasks. Think, for example, of a standard camera chip, one that might drain the battery on your phone if you ran it continuously within a day. If you made it a little bit more neuromorphic, a little bit more neural-like, you might be able to run the same thing, the same type of continuous footage for 1,000 days. So it's 1,000 times improvement. And everywhere I look today, we're seeing people take small bites out of that. So we've got better cameras, better processors that are more neural-like inside drones, in the space station orbiting us now, finding their way into robots, all sorts of things, because they're more energy efficient. But the other reason it's really important is the more neural-like we get with our chips and architectures, the more we can use other sensors and other perceptions in the way we drive our artificial intelligence. So we can do low latency decisions just the way we do low latency decisions when we blink because something's coming towards our eye, or we see or sense something in our nervous system. So there's enormous upside yet to come in artificial intelligence. And a lot of it's being driven by improvements in the underlying hardware. When I say enormous, I like to say if we think of the entire impact of AI on the planet today, 2025, just think about that, try and conceptualize that huge impact it's already having. 10 years from now, I would say that impact would be at least 10,000 times as great. So that's the kind of exponentials I'm talking about. So it's places like these that help us understand the upside potential in artificial intelligence, how much more is yet to come, which helps us understand all the impacts yet to come across all industries on this planet, which helps us understand both the good and the bad, the future of industry, society, and humanity.